Hello, welcome. In this short video, let us look at the CRBs for a line fitting problem. That is, given the following linear model x of n is equal to a constant a plus a linear term b times n and a noise term w of n for values of n equal to 0 to n minus 1. Here the noise is white Gaussian, that is, it has a normal distribution with mean equal to 0 and variance equal to sigma square. Clearly, the distribution of the observations x of n is equal to a normal distribution with mean equal to a plus b times n and the variance equal to sigma squared. So basically, the mean of the observations changes with the observation index n and the variance is a constant sigma squared. Therefore, the log likelihood function L of x with the parameters a and b is given by logarithm of the product n equal to 0 to n minus 1 of the probability distribution of x of n, which is equal to logarithm of the product n equal to 0 to n minus 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma squared multiplied by exponential of minus x of n minus a minus b times n whole squared divided by 2 times sigma squared. So upon simplification, this becomes minus n by 2 logarithm of 2 pi sigma square minus summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n minus a minus b times n squared divided by 2 times sigma squared. So this is the log likelihood function. Now we have to construct the Fisher information matrix I of theta. Since the elements of the Fisher information matrix in the ith row and jth column are defined as minus expectation of the derivatives, double derivative with respect to the parameters theta I and theta j of the log likelihood function, we have to first determine the derivatives with respect to the parameters a and b. We have to first determine the derivatives of the log likelihood function with respect to the parameters a and b. That is, the derivative with respect to a of the log likelihood function is equal to the log of the likelihood function, the derivative of the log of the likelihood function, which is the derivative of the log likelihood function given here. So which is minus n by 2 logarithm of 2 pi sigma square minus summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n minus a minus b times n whole square divided by 2 times sigma square. Clearly, the derivative of the first term is 0 and the derivative of the second term is minus 1 by 2 sigma square summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 2 times x of n minus a minus bn, and the derivative of minus a is minus 1. So this simplifies to 1 by sigma square. Since these two and these two cancel each other, we have n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n minus a minus b times n. So this is the derivative or the partial derivative of the log likelihood function with respect to parameter a. Next, we need the derivative with respect to the parameter b. Is equal to the derivative of the first term with respect to b is clearly 0 and the derivative of the second term is minus 1 by 2 times sigma square summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 2 times x of n minus a minus bn, the derivative of minus bn, which is minus n. Therefore, the derivative of the log likelihood function with respect to the parameter b is 1 by sigma square summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 n times x of n minus a minus bn. Next, we can construct the elements in the Fisher information matrix as follows. The first one is negative expectation of the second derivative with respect to parameter a of the log likelihood function, which is equal to the derivative of this term with respect to a, which is 1 by sigma square. Derivative of x of n is clearly 0 and minus a is minus 1, so minus n. And the derivative of bn with respect to a is also 0. So we are stuck with minus of minus plus n by sigma square. So the first element is n by sigma square. Next, the off-diagonal elements of the Fisher information matrix are defined as negative expectation of the derivative with the terms a and b, that is the second derivative with a and b of the log likelihood function, which is defined as determined as the derivative of this term with respect to parameter a, which is minus 1 by sigma square summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1, and derivative of x of n with respect to a is 0 and b of n, b times n is also 0, so we have minus n. So clearly this is equal to 1 by sigma square summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 of n. That is the sum of first n minus 1 natural numbers or first n minus 1 whole numbers, which is clearly equal to n minus 1 into n divided by 2, and we have sigma square. So the off diagonal elements are n times n minus 1 by 2 times sigma square. And then the final element, that is the element in second row and second column, or the second derivative, expectation of the second derivative with respect to b of the log likelihood function is equal to the negative expectation, of course, is minus 1 by sigma square, that is the derivative of this term with respect to parameter b. So we have only one b term, so we have minus n square. So the summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1, so the derivative is minus n square. So this is equal to 1 by sigma square sum of summation from n equal to 0 to n minus 1 of n square. That is the sum of the squares of the first n minus 1 natural numbers, which is equal to 1 by sigma square into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 divided by 6. This is based on the expression for the sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers, and now we replace n with n minus 1, we get this formula. That is summation n equal to 1 to n of n square is defined as n times n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So when you transform n to n minus 1 or replace n with n minus 1, you get this formula. So thus we have the complete Fisher information matrix defined by these three terms. Therefore, I of a comma b is equal to n by sigma square, and the off diagonal elements are n into n minus 1 divided by 2 sigma square, n into n minus 1 divided by 2 times sigma square, and the last one is n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 divided by 6 times sigma square. So this is the Fisher information matrix. Now we need to determine the inverse of the Fisher information matrix, that is I inverse of the parameters a and b, which is defined as 1 by determinant of the Fisher information matrix multiplied by the fourth element basically becomes the first element, that is n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 by 6 sigma square, and this one becomes negative of the off diagonal elements, that is minus n into n minus 1 divided by 2 times sigma square minus n into n minus 1 over 2 times sigma square, and the last one becomes n by sigma square. Now we need to evaluate the determinant of the Fisher information matrix. This determinant of I of theta, that is I of a comma b, is equal to the difference between the product of the elements in the diagonal versus the product of the elements in the off diagonal. That is, we have n by sigma square multiplied by n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 by 6 sigma square minus the product of these two terms, which is, or the product of these two terms, which is n into n minus 1 whole square divided by square of 2 sigma square, which is 4 times sigma power 4. Now by taking n square times n minus 1 by sigma power 4 as a common factor, we have n square into n minus 1 upon sigma power 4 multiplied by 2n minus 1 by 6 minus n minus 1 by 4. Upon simplification, this becomes n square minus n minus 1 divided by sigma power 4. Therefore, the determinant of the Fisher information matrix is given by n square into n square minus 1 divided by 12 times sigma power 4. So now by using this result in the definition of inverse Fisher information matrix, in this definition we have 12 times sigma power 4 divided by n square into n square minus 1 multiplied by this matrix, which is n times n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 upon 6 sigma square, and this one is n into n minus 1 over 2 sigma square, and this is also minus n into n minus 1 over 2 sigma square. The last one is n by sigma square. Now upon simplification, this term clearly becomes I inverse of a comma b, that is inverse of the Fisher information matrix, becomes sigma square multiplied by 2 times 2n minus 1 over n into n plus 1. That is the first term. And the second one is 6 by n into n plus 1. And so is the third term, 6 by n into n plus 1. And the last one is 12 upon n into n square minus 1. Therefore, the CRBs on the parameter estimators A and B are variance of A hat is bounded by 2 times 2 into 2n minus 1 upon n into n plus 1 multiplied by sigma square. And the variance of the estimator B hat is bounded by 12 sigma square over n into n square minus 1. So, thus we can derive the CRBs on the parameters A and B given a linear model. X of n equal to A plus Bn plus a noise component W of n. Thanks for watching.